Hi, lovely people. I did a reading this morning, but I want to read some more. And it turns out this next chapter is quite short. So I'm going to read this now. This is chapter 13 of On the Path to Enlightenment by Mathieu Ricard. Lots of quotes from Buddhist monks, lots of wisdom. This chapter is called Deepening Spiritual Practice. So if you have a spiritual practice, you might be intrigued to see how you can deepen that. Or if you're maybe wanting to practice Buddhism, let's see how deep it goes. Okay, deepening spiritual practice. The notion of practice may seem to imply a sense of obligation. It certainly involves a commitment to work on oneself with effort and regularity. That is an indispensable condition for a student to progress toward enlightenment. If a beginner does not practice regularly and does not adopt a certain discipline, it will be quite impossible to stabilize the mind and cultivate altruistic love and other essential qualities. The practice involves both turning inward and openness to others. It begins with an introspection that makes one aware of the positive and negative aspects of the mind and allows one to encourage the former and correct the latter. Then, while continuing to purify one's own mind, one broadens the scope of one's attention, developing heartfelt concern for all beings who suffer under the influence of those negative aspects of the mind. Can you hear that? Regular practice is also necessary to be able to progressively assimilate the profound teachings of an authentic master. It is essentially a process of inner growth and freeing oneself from the ingrained habits that keep one in the circle of suffering. The duration of the meditation sessions of a practitioner's day may vary from a few minutes to many hours, or even day and night in the case of a retreat. Then comes a time, after many years, where the division between meditation and post-meditation dissolves and the mind, finally free, no longer makes a distinction between practice and everyday life. Wouldn't that be nice? The instructions that follow are designed to help practitioners to develop and deepen their practice while avoiding the obstacles that will inevitably hamper its development, and to establish a continuity and balance in the spiritual training until it permeates every moment of one's existence. These instructions given by the sages of the past or present are a direct expression of their own experience. They offer them as if, as the traditional expression has it, they had opened their bosoms to show us the redness of their heart without hiding anything. When we meditate on them, we have to connect them to our own inner experience, because only then can they take on their full meaning so that their truth, depth, and beauty can become a constant source of inspiration. This is Drigung Donrup Chogyal. Teachings to which one does not apply oneself become as meaningless as an echo, so integrate them in your mind. That's my advice from the heart. That's my advice from the heart. This is Phagmo Drupa Dorje Gyalpo. If you apply yourself continually to the practice, appearances will become your teacher, and you will die having realized that the entire phenomenal world is supreme bliss. Oh, I'm going to read that again because I mucked up. If you apply yourself continually to the practice, appearances will become your teacher, and you will die having realized that the entire phenomenal world is supreme bliss. Amazing. This is from Khyentse Chokyi Lodro, Crucial Points of Spiritual Practice. I bow down to Lord Orgyan, the peerless refuge. Now that you obtained this human life, this eminent support, free and well-favoured, don't waste it. By every means, extract its quintessence. Ah! Wow, okay. I'm getting so into the poetry that I need to read what the actual word is. Now that you obtained this human life, this eminent support, free and well favoured, don't waste it. By every means, extract its quintessence. Mind is the root of all phenomena. If, complacent and careless, you neglect to examine it, it becomes an expert liar. But when you examine it, it has no root or basis. All phenomena of samsara and nirvana are nothing but the play of pure and impure. In the fundamental nature, primordially pure and empty, neither samsara nor nirvana have the slightest existence. Emptiness is not a mere nothingness. It manifests spontaneously as radiant wisdom, and from it, awareness and compassion shine forth. Awareness has no name, no characteristics. From its creativity, the multiplicity of samsara and nirvana arises. Yet, what arises and what makes it arise are not two. Simply rest in this non-duality. Motionless, rest in the tranquility of body. Breathing naturally, rest in the tranquility of speech. Not chasing after attachments, rest in the tranquility of mind. Rest in a state of immensity, ease, and freedom. This awareness of unborn Dharmakaya is not a product of causes and conditions, but is present of itself, vivid, simple, naked, unaltered by notions of subject and object, unaltered by conceptual efforts. Rest in this effortless contemplation. But rest is just a word. In truth, there is no one who rests and nothing to rest in. At all times, without distraction, maintain the recognition of the face of Dharmakaya, awareness emptiness. Deluded samsaric activities have no end. The more you strive in them, the more they multiply. And the more thoughts of enmity or attraction invade your mind, thus creating the cause for being reborn in the lower realms. Put your trust in the Dharma. Blend your body, speech and mind with it, and thus entering the path of liberation and enlightenment. At the time of death, you will have no regret. In this life, as well as future lives, you will go from bliss to bliss. Contemplate above your head or in your heart the teacher who shows you the greatest kindness, as inseparable with the great organ, and arouse ardent devotion. When good or bad events, happiness or suffering arise, pray to your spiritual father and, merging your mind with his mind, remain in that state of union. When the hour of death comes, give up all attachment and aversion. Meditate on Lord Orgyen above your head, visualizing your consciousness as a syllable Hri upon a disk of light. Make it dissolve in the Lord Orgyen's heart. If you practice this meditation regularly now, you will remember it easily at the moment of death. Also pray to be reborn in the glorious copper-coloured mountain. In brief, the practice of Dharma is to sever all that ties to samsara, to cultivate gentle love and compassion for all beings of the 6 realms, and at all times, without distraction, to thoroughly master your own mind. Although I have no inner realization, I, a dharmaless fellow who lives on religious wealth called Chokyi Lodro, wrote these few pieces of advice, simply not to refuse the request of the noble and virtuous Lady Pelu. Sawa Mangalam, may all be auspicious. The end. Wow. That was a lovely bit of, I want to call it a poem. He's saying crucial points, but I thought that was really lovely. So, let's deepen our spiritual practice. Interesting, they say that, you can meditate for a few minutes. That's coming from a Buddhist monk. So I think that's really good to know for us busybodies that aren't quite Buddhist monks and haven't given up all of our jobs and attachments to people and hobbies and all the stuff that we need to do. We can meditate for a few minutes a day, and it's only a good thing. I meditated today for 10 minutes. have been enjoying doing that every day, but it's not a kind of written in concrete that I must written in stone. I don't know. It's not a rule. I just do it because it's a good thing and I want to do it. Yeah. Let's close our eyes and get comfy. Make sure you can breathe. Roll back the shoulders, open up the chest a bit. And let your mind do whatever it's doing. When thoughts come, let them come and let them go. You don't have to hold on to them and think about anything right now. They can just go. Bring your awareness to what you can feel, where you are touching your chair or floor or bed. And what can you hear? If you're new to meditation, it's very helpful to focus on what you can hear. I find that distracts me from getting caught up in thoughts. You can also watch your breath. Notice how it feels. Take nice long breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Or you can choose a mantra, an intention, a feeling or a sentence to focus on. One just popped in my head, which is, may all beings be at peace. What is your intention today? What do you want? If you have an intention or a mantra that you've been saying or thinking in your head, imagine that being pushed out now as you breathe out, and going out into the world, leaving your body, traveling across the whole world. And as that intention or mantra goes out, bring your awareness inwards to your feet and your toes and give them a wiggle. To your hands and your fingers, give them a wiggle. And when you're ready, just gently blink the eyes open. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you soon. Peace.